Quick walk around of this Lamborghini Countach kit built on an 80s Fiero. The car does run and drive and has a converted Cadillac 4.9 V8 engine installed. Car needs to be finished. Hot rod Cadillac V8, looks all brand new. Lots of pictures of it being built. Have boxes and boxes of parts that go to this car. It was a complete car at one time and then was taken apart to be rebuilt. Great wheels. The headlights are round. They're not square, but they're not popping up at the moment. They do go back down. Car runs pretty good. I haven't started it. Let me see if it'll start. Oh yeah. There we go. Physically drives. Of course, you couldn't drive the car. When you turn the headlights on, they come on, but they don't go up. But they will go back down. Brand new radiator. Like if I try to wind the headlight up, for instance. So they have modified this radiator. I'm trying to work this headlight so you can see it. The headlight buckets are done really well. I point this out to you because on a lot of Lamborghini kits, the headlights are usually not correct. These are some really good buckets, I think, in my opinion. They just probably need new relays or a control module. But that's what the headlight will look like up. When you turn it off, it will go back down. Let's see. I don't know the actual mileage of the car. The car was retitled, I believe, as a Countach, as it was redone as a manufactured vehicle. So none of this stuff is attached. It needs to be completely put back together and painted, but the body is mounted to the chassis and it runs and drives. None of the glass is attached. It needs to be painted. It's mostly ready for paint. There are boxes and boxes of parts, tail lights, other lights, real Lamborghini mirrors, a lot of different, all the different rubber parts and things to get you started. Just boxes of, these are the wheel knockoffs here. The wingtips, some of the interior panels. It's going to need a lot of interior work, but it's a head start. You know, if you were to buy one of these kit cars, you would spend about $10,000 on the body and another $10,000 on the chassis. However, that's not going to really get you where you want to go. So this is a good start with a running, driving, titled car. You know, it's not a stretch model. Being that it's a Fiero of older than 25 years old, you won't have to deal with smog and emissions. It's a classic. None of the glass is matted, as I mentioned. But it'd be a fun car once it's all finished and put together. There's a lot of great support in the community to help you with the car. So, as you can see, it runs and drives. I bought the car because I just wanted the motor out of it, but I'm not going to be able to do this conversion when I want. So I'm just going to sell this to somebody who's interested in building a car. I have no information about the manufacturer of the body. I have no idea. The car sat for about 10 years. And I can tell you that what I'm asking for the car, just for the motor and the wheels, quite frankly, is worth it. And that's really all I wanted. But it is really solidly built. I mean, it's pretty firm fiberglass. I will tell you that it's extremely wide car. You're going to have a hard time getting it inside of a trailer. We got it inside that trailer, but with modification. It will not go between those wheel wells of a trailer. You really want to move it on an over-the-wheel tilt bed trailer or on a tow truck. That's my recommendations. But I will say that it doesn't have any battery drain issues. It sits for a long time without killing the battery. I know this is sort of crude and rudimentary, but that's the little battery that's in this thing, and it holds a charge for months. The engine, as you can see, runs good. Fuel filler has not been actually hooked up. There's a fuel filler neck that's just taped off, and it's just hidden behind here. It needs to be routed to here or to the other side. But man, the car runs great. Let me see if it'll start up again. Yeah. tell you that I have driven the car, not far. I mean, obviously just around the area, because it doesn't have anything to make it, you know, you can't drive the car. The windshield's not even attached, you know, it's just sitting there. So it's a good start. Actually, really nice seats, but they're not attached. Nothing is attached. Everything is just sitting here for display. The car can be picked up in Las Vegas. I have no interest in shipping the car. It's got a good rattle though, doesn't it? I like it. It's got a grumble. Turn it off so I can continue talking. So here's the deal. If you want to buy this car, you need to come to Las Vegas and get it, and you need to have a tow truck or a rollback or an over-the-wheel trailer, because it is so wide. These fender flares, which are not removable, and these side skirts will not, I repeat, will not fit on the inside of a trailer like that one. We had to build ramps that went over the wheels. And actually the only reason, that was with my other trailer. This trailer, the only reason that it fit in this trailer is because the fenders in there are removable. So we removed the fenders and it was all the way up against the wheels. So it will not fit inside of a car hauler or your typical car trailer. It's too wide. So I'm warning you now. I would prefer to sell this to somebody here in Las Vegas who wants to finish the car. I'm a custom car builder, and I have, you know, basically I was gonna build that car and then I ended up getting another one, which is not for sale. Don't ask me to sell it, it's not for sale. I'm not gonna sell it. This car is not for sale. Let me repeat, this car is not for sale. I'm not selling the car. This is the car that's not for sale. Just in case you're wondering, the car is not for sale. I'm not selling the car. Don't make me offers on the car. I don't want to help you buy the car. I'm not selling the car. I'm not going to tell you how to work on the car. I'm not going to tell you how to fix the car. I have no idea how to tell you how to fix the car. I can't help you with this car. This is your project. I can't repeat that enough. So if you know how to custom build a car and your dream is to have a Lamborghini Countach kit car here in Las Vegas or the surrounding areas or California, wherever, you need to come and get this yourself. And that's the deal. So for those of you who are wondering, who've seen my saga about this car, I bought the car because I wanted the wheels and the engine out of it. But since I bought that other car and it already has good wheels and it already has a good engine, we may do an LS4 conversion. I wanted to put this Cadillac in there, which is fantastic. Every time I start it up, I think I should do it. But I've decided I'm just going to do something else. And unfortunately, I don't need anything off this car. And I'm not going to build the car. And I already have one. So, you know, if you're just now getting into this hobby, you can expect to spend anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 on a half-decent Countach replica. The really good ones are about $100,000. But something like this, you would expect to spend about $20,000 to buy the body and the frame if you were doing your own tube chassis. So, for instance, if you were going to buy a Fiero yourself, you'd spend about $2,000-3,000 on that, maybe less. And then if you wanted that Cadillac V8, you'd have to buy a Cadillac of that era for a couple of $1,000s. And you'd have to do the work. These wheels, you might be able to pick them up for maybe $2,000 to $4,000. And then you could spend thousands and thousands of dollars on all the little bits and bobs and things. Of course, when you buy the bodies, you don't get any glass or anything. It's been my experience that you'll spend twice as much to 3 times as much to build a car than if you bought a car. So this car here, you can expect to spend maybe the cheapest paint job in the world would be about $3 grand. If you just do plexiglass on the side, these are real glass, by the way. So real glass here. This would be plexiglass to keep it lighter, but you can get real glass, but you're gonna spend about $3,500 on that. That's real glass. If you wanted a real Lamborghini Countach style rounded windshield, you would spend anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000 on that. These seats are fine. I would leave these in here, but if you wanted Lamborghini seats, they would cost a lot more. And this dash really is fine. It just needs to be cleaned up. You could keep the Fiero gauges, but if you wanted to do the Lamborghini gauges, you could do that. You could spend anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 on this interior. So depending on what your skill level is, you could spend anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 to complete this car to have a running driving car. If you're paying somebody else to do it, you could triple that. But pretty much everything is here for the most part that you need to put the car together for the most part. So, if you're interested, the direct link is in the contact information of this video. To purchase the car, it's available today in Las Vegas, cash only. I don't accept any online payments. I don't accept Nigerian currency, you know, money orders, Zells, Cash Apps, not interested. I take a cash. So bring me some and you can have this car. And you too could be driving around in your own Lamborghini Countach replica. How much fun would that be? All right, guys, that's the end.